Lights out, we're underway. Motorsport Republic of Podcast.
Tom, mate, we are Prediction Show 2026. It is, bro, when I say it's all happening, all systems are go for this year.
Yeah, this is, we're in crunch time now. I can't believe how quick it's come around, and it's so exciting. It's so exciting.
We have news. Do we say the news?
We've got big news. So we're off to round one.
Yep.
It's plain and simple.
Yep.
We want to thank some people who've got us there. So we want to thank Brad at Used Moto. Mm-hmm. And we want to thank Connor at On Track Experience. And last night, we want to thank Adrian from Motor Heaven. Their input, their help to get us to round one has been immense. So we really appreciate that.
Yeah. I also, sorry, want to add on to that, our Patreon subscribers as well.
Of course, yeah.
Because they've definitely helped get us over the line to drag us to round one.
Yeah, so we really appreciate that. And you guys, with Connor at On Track Experiences, he's got a package there which is incredible. Back of the pits, we've explained it before. It'll be in our on our website. Oh, sorry, on our website and also on his website, ontrackexperiences.com. So register interest if you are interested in going. The package is unreal. I don't know how he got it. I don't know how he gets it. He's an amazing man, this guy. So please get involved in that if you are interested. It's not just Thailand, it's the whole year. But yeah, we're super excited. Flying in, we'll be there for media day. Last minute, just a last minute decision. But but mate, that's what it's all about.
It's all we're gonna do. We just live once.
You are on this planet once in your life.
Yeah.
Go and do it. Go and have some fun. And yeah, where else would you rather be? So
Exactly. We loved going there last year, and it's exciting. It's round one, right? Round one always gets the juices flowing. You don't know what's going to happen. We love Thailand. It's a bit of our spiritual home for Motorsport Republic, I think, that place. So we're very, very. Oh man, I'm eager beaver.
yeah, it's going to be amazing. And also, thanks guys, YouTube, and as James mentioned, Patreon. It's big for us. So if you can subscribe the video, that'd be amazing. And all the love from Spotify as well. So yeah, big show tonight, Jimmy Boy. Predictions 2026. We've got, our 22-1. We've got our surprise of the year, flop of the year, team champion, so on and so forth. So there's plenty to discuss.
It's amazing how it's just all come around so quickly again, Tom.
We did say that Valencia was going to be here and we're going to have a little bit of a break over summer and then it's just going to be all systems go. We're off to the Superbikes this weekend as well, which they're testing today. Looks like Buluga looks fast. So
yeah, standard.
Exciting times over the next couple of weeks. We're straight back into it. F1 testing's on, which we're not going to cover too much of this year, but for the fans of the F1 as well, it's all started. So.
It's all started, mate. What do you think of going down the World Superbikes this weekend?
It is exciting. I think that championship is going to struggle without Top Rack there, but let's see who the next young gun can be, who can really spread their wings. Is Oliveira really going to bring much to the paddock? I'm not 100% sure as of yet, but Jake Dixon as well. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's exciting. It's always fun down at Phillip Island. I don't want to keep talking about it, but the rumours are just swirling about the MotoGP race being the final one in 2026 as well. So, we got to just enjoy it while it lasts.
I know. You're not wrong. It will be good. Hopefully, have you checked the weather radar?
Hot.
Oh, that's good. That was like last year.
No, hot.
Yeah, nice.
Real hot, 34, 36 degrees down at Phillip Island.
Yeah.
Which is you
disgusting.
add 10 to that.
Yeah.
You add 10 to that. There's, it's going to be tough.
Saturday last year, I was down at Phillip Island for World Super, or Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday was like a 32, 34 degrees day. Had no hats, no sunscreen, and I was just burnt like reds. Absolutely turned to
red
a
raw.
crisp.
Yeah, I remember you Sunday. You were just trying to find any bit of shade
I was
possible.
cooked, man. So I'm gonna be a bit smarter about it this year. But I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be we got a big few weeks coming up.
It has dropped to 32 down at Phillip Island now.
So what?
But still really hot. So
if anyone that knows Phillip Island understands how hot 32 degrees is, which is like 92 degrees for the Americans in Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And we'll be down there. Well, you'll be down there Saturday. I'll be down there Saturday night. We'll see anyone in town who's going to be down. But look, great, James, let's crack into it. So what's going to be the first on the radar tonight?
Bro, so we're going to go through, obviously, our Teams Champions, Rookie of the Year, Surprise of the Year, Most Improved Rider, Flop of the Year. Obviously got all the hot takes. Moto2 and Moto3 World Champions. But firstly, we're going to obviously do our 22 to 1. We're going to start off with 22 to 18th. Now, Tom, before we even go through this, talk to me how difficult it was making this list.
It actually got me more excited for the year.
Yeah.
Because trying to pick a top 10, which we'll touch on later, it's virtually impossible because you're going to have the Ducatis in there.
Yeah.
You got 4 good Aprilias. You got 2 Hondas that look good as well. I mean, there's going to be some hard luck stories this year in terms of championship.
Bro,
because, and you got a Costa on a KTM. You've got Vinales looking good as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you supposed to fit these guys in the top 10? It's impossible.
Just like even the top 15, man. Like I'm putting people past 15th, and I'm like they probably should be higher than that. But I just, even compared to last year, obviously you had like your Somkia Chanteras and whatever, and you just felt like Miguel Oliveira. You felt like, okay, they're not going to do much, and they didn't do much. But everyone on their day, I feel like on this grid, can do something.
I know, and I'll start off with my 22 is Alex Rins.
Yeah,
I think he's going to finish last this year. Now, but in saying that, James, and you just touched on that, he still might perform in some races. He still might be there or thereabouts. Who knows what's left in that guy? We just don't know. He's fighting for his career right now. And there was... I can't even say there was signs of life last year. There may have been
one round
that I think it might have been Japan.
Bro, it was one of the, I can't remember.
He got into Q2
or Mandalika, maybe.
Yeah, we got into Q2, and it was the most amazing thing we've ever seen. But for me, he's the only one who I think will be up the back consistently.
Yeah, I agree. I've got him down as 20 seconds. Is Alex Rins. It's funny we both picked that. But I just can't see with Yamaha's woes, the testing woes of Yamaha this in Sepang and just the V4 engine and obviously like missing a day of testing and you can understand as well. Alex Rins is just so injured. Like the man has had that many massive injuries through his career now. Like he can hardly walk. Like you watch him to the pits. I've said it so many times. I just don't see Yamaha doing any major improvements going into 2026. 2027, okay, different kettle of fish. But for this year, I just don't see Alex Rins doing, maybe he'll have some good signs. I just can't see it,
But yeah, he's not going to be like a Chantra out the back by several seconds, I don't think.
No, it's not going to be like that this year. It's just, I understand there's a massive gap to Yamaha, but I just don't see Yamaha, anywhere. But I just can't see everyone can still be competitive in their day.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. I think. I'd be interested to see in a couple of weeks what kind of conditions he's in.
Yeah.
And that's why getting to the circuit and being at round 1, I think, is important for us as well. Because you get to see these inside and outside because you don't get to see that on track. They all look the same when sitting on the bike. So, who you got for 21st?
Jack Miller. I got Jack Miller. I just think Yamaha, I'm really harsh on Yamaha, and I think for good reasons. I just don't, I know I'm an Aussie. I get it. I'm supposed to, you're damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I say he's not going to do well, all the Aussies come after reading that. If I say he's doing well, then everyone else thinks I'm being too biased. But again, with just Yamaha and Yamaha's project, I just don't see where... I can just see faster riders ahead of him. That's just how it is in modern MotoGP. There are better bikes. Jack Miller has obviously been around for a long time. I guess he's at the end of his career. As an Australian and a biased Australian, I want him to do a lot better than 21st, but that's just how I just see it play out. Okay.
I've got a Top Rack.
Yep.
I've got Top Rack second last.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, look, he is a talented motorcyclist. We all know, multiple world champion, Superbike world champion. He looked lost in testing. I think he's got a big mountain to climb. So I just don't see him consistently beating Miller on a week-to-week basis. Because we do know the Yamaha is going to be out the back.
The Yamaha is going to be out the back, but for the second to last, Tom... That's gonna if he's second last, that's really gonna mess with his psyche.
It is, but you got to remember, arguably this Yamaha is going to be the slowest bike on the grid, and I obviously don't see him. I don't see him performing consistent. I just touch on this, performing consistently with Miller and also Quartararo, obviously. So that's where my psyche comes from. Of course, it's harsh. It's one of those crazy things. You go, geez, this guy's a world champion. But in saying that, it's just not his year. And I'm not saying he's not going to be a good MotoGP rider, but it's going to be a long road to learn these bikes.
This list is harsh for a lot of people. Yeah. And I wish I could have him higher, but you just can't.
Yeah.
20th for me, Tom Shaviak is Brad Binder. I just think I'm not sold on KTM. The dream KTM keeps selling us. I understand that Pedro Acosta will be up there. He's just a freakish talent, but Brad Binder hasn't showed me anything through testing. He hasn't showed us much through the past couple of years, especially last year. Just couldn't get the grips with that KTM. I don't see him, pulling massive results, and I don't see him lasting any longer at KTM. I think that man does need a change, but I think he is going to be the slowest of all the KTM riders. For 20th, I understand is very harsh. And I understand where KTM, they are developing that bike on the outside. It's very Aprilia-like, but can they translate that into results, and can Brad Binder translate that into results? I'm not sold.
Okay, fair enough. I've got Jack Miller.
Yeah.
In 20th place. I touched on that earlier. I think the Yamaha is going to be a slow bike for all year. I don't think they're going to care about 2026. It's all going to be 27 for them. And in saying that, all the manufacturers are going to have that under the same boat. But this V4, they still haven't got their head around, and they're going into new regulations into 27. So there's going to be real no development that I think. So yeah, I've got Miller finishing 20th place.
Makes sense. And as I said, we've spoken about Yamaha, and they've been dominating obviously the bottom part of these predictions, but.
Yep.
From what we're watching in the Sepang tests, Buriram test is coming up. It's not going to surprise me at all if these guys are down there. 19th for me is Ania Bastianini.
Okay.
Harsh. I know it's very harsh, but again, he hasn't had massive, results really. I think he had maybe a couple sprint podiums or a sprint podium in Bruno. But I'm still not sold on KTM. I'm not sold on Nia Bastianini on this KTM. I think he's a freakish talent, but as just a 2026 prediction, I still think guys like, Morbidelli or Marini and Honda being up there is just going to fill those spots. And, and Nia Bastianini may pull some good results like a sprint podium, but it's so easy for him to then finish 19th. We've seen it time and time again. I just don't know going in. We're not in the new regulations. I just don't know going into this last year of these bikes that's going to change from what I see.
Yeah, look, I'll talk about my 19th and 18th. So 19th I've got Brad Binder.
Yeah.
And 18th I have Bastianini.
Yeah.
And just further from what you said, the KTM, they just still haven't got the bearings about it. The only thing for me with Bastianini is he can turn it around.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be surprising for me if he is in a top 12 position. But again, I have to put him down there because I just see him being inconsistent as he always is. And I always think he was heavily overrated by a lot of people around. Yeah. He's great on tyres and obviously great late race pace, but he can't qualify the bike and can't start the bike, and two very important things. So
important.
So for me, yeah, I've got the two KTMs down there. And I'm pretty happy with my bottom five. In saying that, it's going to be it's a tough decision. It is a tough decision.
Yeah, it's honestly, I think doing the top five is easier than doing the bottom five or even like 15 or 10th. Like they're the real tough decisions to make. You kind of can separate the top five and the championship to a degree.
James, MotoGP round 1 in Thailand is just around the corner. How excited are you?
Bro, so excited.
We have the package for you. OnTrackExperiences.com are offering a 3-day paddock pass, rider meet and greet, a garage tour, lunch in the back of the pits for all 3 days, plus a service road access pass.
Tom, that is amazing. Not only that, we may be in Thailand for round 1, and you might even be able to come on the podcast with us. Register your interest at ontrackexperiences.com now. For me, 18th, I had Toprak. That's where I had him. I just think on the Yamaha, he's going to pull something out 18th, I think, is just where he's going to be. Like, I don't see him doing consistent top 10s. I see him crashing. I obviously don't want him to hurt himself, but just getting to grip with the Yamaha, getting to grip with Michelin tires. Like, they have to change like the whole rear seat rear tail assembly, the seats, his riding position. Like, everything has to change so much for him because he's so tall. And that's been a big issue for Toprak in testing.
Well, he just didn't even get comfortable in testing. He said he came out and just said the bike does not feel right for me at the moment. And comfort's a huge thing. I mean, we look at Lorenzo back, when he won Mugello. They changed that seat position and he won the race and won the race after that as well. I mean, it must be a massive deal for them to be comfortable. Interesting, but both our bottom five were exactly the same, just in different orders.
Yeah, isn't that funny? And with Toprak, like, I just don't see him... I can't see him being consistently fast, and MotoGP and road racing is all about having confidence, and there's obviously just zero confidence there. You've got the Buriram test, and then you're straight into the first race. Like, what do you expect the man to do? I think it's, and as Matt Burt touched on, if you haven't listened to our Matt Burt episode, he speaks about it really well. It's hard for anyone to come in and be on a Ducati and be competitive, let alone coming from World Superbikes and then going to the worst bike on the grid, Yamaha, by a mile, that had the worst preseason test out of any manufacturer I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, their star rider broke their finger. They couldn't race. They couldn't test the bike in a round because of a technical issue, and still up the back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's the thing for me with Toprak. He's just his comments in the media post-test. It was pretty damning. So he's a straightforward guy. He's a straight shooter. But geez, it's just you want to keep as quiet as possible, I think, at the moment.
Do you think it doesn't help Tom that he's got a lot of Turkish fans and a lot of fans around the world that are quite loud and brash, and they've been putting a lot of pressure on him, outside noise, saying he's gonna win a race. He's Toprak. He's fast. He's going to fight. I've seen comments fighting for comments from people that he knows and is friends with, saying he's going to be fighting for the world title. Like that, I wouldn't be, if you were saying that and I was in that position, I'd be like, bro, shut up, shut the fuck up. Like, that's just too much external pressure.
I think Can on Chu commented on one of our posts. Saying multiple wins, James. No, I mean, guys, we've got to understand these things are fucking different beasts of superbikes, and there's different tyres, and there's also on the worst bike on the grid. He's got nothing going for him at the moment except raw fucking talent. So yes, it will pull him through to a certain extent, but it's going to take a year. We know this. We're not saying he's going to be shit forever. We're just saying this first year will be a fucking big learning curve.
Yeah, and raw talent for me is only getting him 18th.
It's getting, yeah.
And that's what, 20th for you?
21st.
21st. Like, that's what we're saying. It's full on.
But again, not the devil's advocate is probably the right word to say, but to sit on the fence, I would love to see him go really well. Like, there's no, malice about this. Like, for him to do multiple win races, oh my God. Like, for MotoGP, for, everything going towards the bubbling, where it's going to be in the future. If he performs well, fuck, my God, the floodgate's going to open.
100%. I couldn't
I'll bring a
agree
whole
more.
new fan base to the sport,
You said it really well. Like, I could not agree more. We I don't have any bias to any of these riders. I'd love all these riders like Alex Rins or Jack Miller or Toprak or whoever to prove us wrong. It's just, unfortunately, for them to win, someone else has to drop down. It's just the part of racing. And I just don't... Bro, I just do not remember MotoGP just being so competitive than this list we've had to put together, because it's been ridiculously tricky.
I know. There's 18 guys on there could win a race.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's wild. And gone are the days we're going to have, gone are the days of CRT bikes, gone are the days of just paid riders or anything like that. They're all just talented guys. So, yeah. All right, let's move on to Teams Champion, James.
Easy one for me. I think, not an easy one, but I just think with the consistency, I think Pecco Bagnaia will be better this year. And Marc Marquez doing his thing. Teams Champion for me has to be factory Lenovo Ducati, Tom Shadulak.
Yeah, look, I was on the fence. Aprilia sort of went into my mind, but I still think that Jorge Martin's inconsistency is just going to really, really challenge them. So, yeah, for me, it's Ducati, Lenovo factory Ducati, as James would like to say. We can't go past it. Marquez is going to is going to win the championship. Odds-on favourite. And I think we all agree Pecco's going to have a better year. And he has to have a better year. His testing was great. So I think all roads lead to Ducati going into the new regs in 27.
See, this is like talking about Pecco Bagnaia. He should have won Sepang last year. Remember that? He had that flat. Remember he had the puncture? That slow puncture?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So at Pecco's worst, he probably should have won that race.
Yes.
He won the sprint, if I remember.
He did.
And he was on pole. So he's already been quick there. So is it like a false dawn? Are we getting sucked into a false dawn?
We may be, but Sepang didn't suit the Aprilia. There was no Marc Marquez there. There's a couple of determining factors that came to that result. But in saying that, it is one of his better tracks. It would have been more interesting if the test was probably in Mandalika, where he just had a horror show. But James, he has to be more consistent. He has to be. And he's, again, fighting. He's fighting for his not his career. I think he'll find a spot elsewhere in 27. But it's going to be a hard one, man. It's going to be real hard because who knows? Who knows if Acosta's already signed for that factory Ducati team anyway? So what's he really fighting for?
Well, where the smoke there's fire, as Matt Bird said. Definitely hasn't come out and denied it. So, but like you're right. This is such there's so many subplots to this story, this championship, and the Pecco Bagnaia factory Lenovo Ducati one is very interesting. And you got to remember, last year he finished third in Buram. He had a great start to the season. He was thereabouts. It's just going to be like places like San Marino last year. He knows that track inside and out. He crashed behind Somcat Chandra. So I just don't know if we're getting sucked into a false dawn with Pecco Bagnaia. I think going into the new season, mentally he's going to be sharp. It's just going up against Marc Marquez week in, week out in those media press conferences and then just seeing is this the thing. 2026, and we've both talked about this. We've both talked about this last year. Going into 2026, if you're a rider such as Bezzecchi, Alex Marquez, Bagnaia, Acosta, let's just say them. Let's throw in Jorge Martin as viable championship contenders. You can't have one bad race. You can't have one bad weekend. I understand there's crashes or whatever, but if you're just riding at the back and you're only getting 18th place, you just can't do that. You're not going to win a title doing that. And if I see Pecco Bagnaia or one of these riders do that, they're not winning the title. To go up against Marc Marquez, you just can't have bad weekends. The racing gods are probably going to give you one bad weekend a year. You might get taken out by Franco Morbidelli. But realistically, you have to be so consistent because that's what the best is doing.
Yeah, talent and consistency go hand in hand. And I think that's something why we get on the R46s back, like the Digias and even Bezzecchi when he was there, and also obviously Morbidelli, is you can't afford to finish 17th. You're on a factory Ducati or a year-old Ducati, and you're just rolling around in 17th, 18th place. As soon as we see that, well, you're off. You have to get the bike up the grid. And if you're going to be up there in the championship, you have to be finishing top 5 at least. Every single race, including the sprint.
Yeah, exactly right.
A bad weekend is 5th.
That's a bad weekend.
And not 17th.
Yeah. If you say Marc Marquez got a fair and square 5th, that's a bad weekend. Yeah. Realistically, a bad weekend should be 3rd.
Yeah.
You should be really fighting for the race win every year. But this is how hard, going into 2026, this is how hard it is to collect these points. And you just can't. You just can't have a bad weekend. It's just not going to work.
Yep. No, I totally agree. All said.
Tom, going from 17th to 13th, the real fat part of the grid.
My 17th is again. It's going to be a real interesting first year for him, Diego Moreira.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
17th. Who knows? We had to put him somewhere. For me, he's going to finish 17th place. I don't see him finishing higher in any of the other Hondas. And Quartararo, do I really see him beating Quartararo, even though that machine is so much different? I have to put him in 17th place. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, interesting. I'm not far off with that. It's consistent for what we said last year with like where Firmin Aldeguer, we thought those guys were going to finish. Like it's Diego Moreira. Honestly, could be 17th, as you said, or I could see him being like 12th, 11th, 10th. I really can on that Honda. I think he's that much of a freakish talent. That kid.
He is a freakish talent, but like he hasn't been proven yet on a MotoGP bike.
Bro, 100%. Exactly right. And I don't have him that low. And what rookies tend to do is have some massive crashes. And Iagura proved that. Casey Stoner did it back in the day and injured themselves.
Yeah.
So, that's something that can easily happen with someone like Diego Moreira, who is just going to be throttle happy. They just don't think. Remember when we were watching... Remember when we were watching Laguna Seca 2000 and I think it was 2008. It was Lorenzo's Cheeseburger's first year, and we're like, oh, what's Cheeseburger going to do? He's throwing it up on the inside looking quick, sends himself to orbits, just high sides, just because he was just too throttle happy. He's a rookie.
I miss a good high side.
I know, we miss a good high side. Last good one was Jorge Martin last year, paying test.
I agree. It's hard for us to sort of guess this because we haven't seen him. Like, the test, he was okay. Like, he was fine. But
he's off the pace.
He's off the pace. But he's still... The thing is, these guys, he might have a similar year to Iagura, where I wouldn't surprise if he's top 5 in Thailand, gets injured, and then struggles for the rest of the year. That's totally can happen in the first year. So, I got him for 17th. Who's your 17th?
Iagura.
Okay.
Yeah, pardon the pun, I am not sold on Iagura yet. Look, he had a fantastic start to the year last year in those first few rounds. He did get injured. He's had a good off-season now, which is great. But I haven't seen much of him in the testing. Obviously, that doesn't mean everything. He's on a full factory Aprilia. I'm wearing a Trackhouse hat. I would love him to do well, but I'm just not sold yet on his racecraft through a whole season. Now, I'd love to be proved wrong. But I'm just not sold on what he can do consistently through a whole season. He might, I fully expect him to finish 6th one round, but do I see him consistently being in the top 10? No, I just don't. I just really don't.
Well, I've got him much higher.
Yeah, we are.
Talent doesn't lie. And for him to finish 5th in his first race, I think he's going to be an amazing talent. And I think his injury just cost him for the rest of the year. Yeah. So time will tell. That'll be our
yeah, because we've been very similar up until now. So I like this.
So that's the one to watch for Motorsport Republica this year. Is A.
Yeah, on 17th place. 16th for you.
Fabio Quartararo.
Fucking rough.
So I would have the Yamahas at my bottom 4, but again, he's such a talented rider. Some say top 3 riders on the grid. So I've got him slightly up there. Again, I don't see him finishing in front of any of the Hondas or the Ducatis or the Aprilias. So
wow, man.
That's where he's sticking in. Again, he might finish, he'll qualify 3rd and then he'll be 12th in the first fucking lap. So
or the V4 will just shit itself every race.
You got to remember, man, he was shot sort of last 3 races last year. You know, he had some good results and obviously nearly won Silverstone, but should have won Silverstone. But man, the last few races he was cooked and mentally done. He's going to Honda. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. We know this. Just waiting for the announcement. So again, what motivation is this guy going to have? I mean, you're on a motorcycle that they're not going to be improving throughout the year, and he's going to jump on a brand new Honda, new regulations in 27. This is a great thing. He's going to be going around a corner going, fuck, do I go down harder on the throttle to really get around? Do I and risk of crashing? No. Got to think about it. I don't want to get injured for next year. It's got to be playing on your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. Definitely.
Human nature, man.
Yeah.
Human nature.
Yeah, I understand. If you're not fully invested.
Yeah, and if he's fighting for 13th place, I mean, who fucking cares?
He's a rider that can be fully invested, and maybe he will be. And I still think Fabio Quartararo is, and as Matt Burt said, one of 2 riders that can fully take it to mark on competitive machinery, him and Pedro Acosta. To have him 15th, holy shit.
And how exciting. I mean, I just want to touch on this, but how exciting is he going to be on a Honda in the new regs?
That could be my most exciting thing going into that year if that does actually happen.
Imagine if he's up against Marquez on the Ducati and then the Honda, Honda's up there.
I'll give you a tidbit. It's going to be Monster Energy Honda.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a play in that bike.
Yep.
And it'll be Red Bull Ducati.
Yeah. Well, we're getting a few messages about that.
Yeah.
You need to jump on I was talking to somebody yesterday, absolutely butchering because I got no idea. You're all about the livery and the sponsorship, and it just goes over my head. But yeah, it's
So Honda and MXGP has got Monster.
Yes.
They're like they're really now going towards Monster as their main brands. Yamaha though have that though. Yamaha have a lot of Monster bikes in like the Star Racing team and AMA, and I don't know about MXGP. I don't know how that works. But then like Ducati's got Red Bull going into all the motocross and stuff as well. So it's maybe the changing of the guard.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I was in Japan, there's a lot of Monster stuff. A lot of people drink Monster. I mean, I just don't see people unless it's Curtis sitting on the couch over there.
He's got it.
Again, do you really see people drinking Red Bull like they used to? Not really.
Bars.
If I see someone drinking a Red Bull on the street, I go fucking homeless.
Or they're from Frankston.
It's like seeing
Frankston.
it's like seeing a mum with like a fucking 600ml Coca-Cola in the stroller. I just think that's fucking rough. But she's drinking a Coke. I mean, we drink Coke all the time.
But Monster's huge, like white Monster. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, the sugar-free range is crazy good.
Yeah. So like,
don't get me wrong, massive brand, and it's just interesting seeing in Japan how big it was. So
yeah,
and Japanese manufacturer. That's how I connected the dots, James.
Yeah, no, I like it. Goes all the way back.
All right, so you're 16th.
Diego Moreira for me.
Okay, we're close.
Yeah,
right.
we're close with Diego. I think. Look, again, I think he's up there. He can be. You know, he can have a 6th place or a 5th place. Fermin Aldeguer won a race in his rookie year. We got to remember that. Obviously, he's on a Ducati. Now, do I think he's going to be winning races or anything like that? No. Some people are saying that. I just don't think that's going to happen. But I think 16th place, if he gets 16th place and has quite a few top 10s and has an injury-free season, give that man a tick.
Yeah.
Give that man a pass. I think that's very well done.
15th for me. This is getting to the...
I know.
This is hard. Johan Zarco.
Okay. Yeah, no, I respect that.
Dude,
yeah.
And I'm looking at my list right now thinking, how is he going to finish behind Morbidelli? I don't know how I'm saying this. But for me, yeah, I think Zarco really had a really tough time of it a second half of last year. I remember seeing Luca Cecchinello in the media, and he was just like, he's really struggling after he did that Suzuka 8 hour. We've interviewed Zarco down at the island. He seemed like a good place. But yeah, he's getting on, and he's got a couple of fast factory riders that are going to be hopefully up there closer to the pointy end this year. So
he will be on a full factory motorcycle. He wasn't last year.
Yep.
So all 4 Hondas are full factory with all the new parts. It's in his contract that whatever Joan Mir and Luca Marini get, Zarco gets it as well. Yep. Now, Zarco's been struggling the Sepang test. Hasn't been able to get up to speed. Hasn't been the greatest in the media. Look, that he is a hard one to read. He's a very hard one to read. Is Zarco.
Look at him last year. It's amazing what he did on that bike.
Amazing. And he's been amazing ever since he's jumped on the Honda. He's really helped turn that program around. So I understand that it's, maybe he's there's just too many other competitive riders.
Yeah.
And someone's going to be in front of him. And again, Zarco is good for like a 5th place at some rounds, but he's also good for a 17th or a 15th. It's realistically.
Yep.
And that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Go back to the results. You'll see it.
Yep.
15th for me. I don't know if you're going to like this one. Raul Fernandez.
Oh, jeez. How? That's another one. So the Trackhouse boys, we've got big opposites.
Yeah, and I'm wearing the Trackhouse hat, unfortunately.
Big opposites.
Yeah. I know, bro. I know. I'm not sold off 3 good races. I'm not sold off 3 good races. And we're going into a new year. I hope. I actually like Raul Fernandez. I hope I'm proven wrong.
We like everyone.
We do like everyone. This is the problem. We do like everyone. But we met him. We did an interview with him. Hopefully, we're going to be able to release that soon. But I'm not sold on the Trackhouse boys after and Raul Fernandez after a few Grand Prix wins, or 1 Grand Prix win and a few good results. Now, what he did at the end of the season was fucking awesome. And if he can do that, he's top 8 in the championship easily. But can he be so consistently? Does he have the mental framework to be with now with pressure dialed up, because there's pressure because you're thinking, okay, he's in the top 10 or wherever it is, that he can handle that when he's going up against factory Aprilias, factory Ducatis, all the other Ducatis.
I got him higher than that.
I like it. I like being different. That's very good.
For me, what he did in Valencia injured was amazing. He podiumed the last race and obviously winning in Australia. Crashing in Portimao, injuring himself. That's going to be his issue this year. Can he stay on the bike? But no, I think he's peaked. I think he's peaking this year. I've got him super high, so we'll talk about that when we get to the top.
I really like what you just said about injuries because like injuries is what's going to determine almost this list.
Yeah.
Because someone out of all these riders is going to get injured and throw it all out of whack, and it's just how it is. That's motorcycle racing.
That's a crazy thing about motorcycle racing. That's not, you can miss Grand Prix and win championships.
Yeah.
You can ride injured for half a season. It's just how it is, and it's not like that in any car racing sport. If someone misses a Formula One race, it's like that never happens.
Unheard of,
and it's so normalized in MotoGP. So that's where a Nicky Hayden can win a championship. That's where Juan Mir can win a championship from winning one race of the year because people get injured. So yeah.
Great point.
I've got for 14th.
Yeah.
I've got a Luca Marini.
Okay. Harsh.
Yes.
Your reasons, please.
I still think the Honda's going to be getting up to speed to a certain extent. I think we're over-exaggerating how good they're going to be this year. I think we're all roads are going to be leading to 2027. Yes, they showed some light at the end of the tunnel, but do we still really see them finishing in front of Aprilias and Ducatis and Acosta? No, I don't.
Yeah, look, Honda is going to be such a surprise packet either way. But I think Luca Marini's got pace, man. He had real pace last year. He's just injured for a bulk of it, doing helping Honda out with the Suzuka 8-hour, doing testing, and broke his leg in like 1,000 different places. He can go either way. I'm with you. I don't have him. What are we doing? 14th? I don't have him 14th, but he can go either way. And I just think the Honda is well on its way. And you got to understand, and I keep saying this, Honda's on a Sunday Grand Prix, they're constantly like 5th, 6th, 7th. And then they just crash out.
Yeah.
They've got the pace. They've got the pace there. They just need to stay on the bike. And that Honda is getting better and better and better and better. And they are throwing so much more money than anyone else at it. Luca Marini is a capable rider. Joan Mir is a capable rider. Zarco is a capable rider. And Diego Moreira is a capable rider. They can all be there on their day.
Having 4 riders this year, they've never had that.
Bro, I know. How good is it to say that LCR have 2 capable riders? Because it's been a pain in the ass. Nakagami was so much better than Chandra. But talking about Honda last year of Chandra, it was just like, what's the point? Like, we know, like, we just put him in the bin almost.
Yeah.
It was annoying.
Who you got for 14th?
14th to me, Joan Zarco, speaking of Honda.
Okay. Yep.
So I was very similar to you, Tom. Look, I just think maybe Zarco now is on the downward trend of his Grand Prix career. He's a lot older. You've got a lot of young riders coming through. Again, someone's got to be the 4th Honda. He's been leading the way for so long. I just don't think it can just be sustained. I think the HRC factory boys are going to take over. Now that these bikes are getting a lot more dialed in, Zarco has done amazing for Honda. They can't thank him enough. I just think 14th is his position going into 2026.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and Zarco's going to have a long career post, full-time racing. He'll be a test rider for a long time.
Do World Endurance Championship. He's French. Fucking made for it.
13th, I've got a Juan Mir.
Okay. Yeah, you've been harsh on the Hondas.
13th, like if you say, well, hang on a second. I mean, we're harsh on the Hondas.
Top testing, day 2.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's testing. Look at fucking Maverick Vinales.
Come on, bro. He's fucking winning the championship.
And we knew how good that Honda did look around Sepang. We were there sort of for our first our own eyes.
Yeah, he got 3rd.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, they are looking good, but consistently over a whole race season, I don't see them in the top 10 for me.
Okay, we're in Bruyam. You're 10 chains deep.
Yeah, go on.
Juan. I like how you didn't even rebuttal me on that. Joan Mir gets 3rd. Luca Marini gets 6th. Sunday race.
Yeah, I mean,
would you be like?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Would you be like they're in for a big year?
But it's such a different track. It's a different race circuit. They're going to be testing a week before.
What's a track where if they pull a result, I'll tell you. Perez. Okay.
4 races in.
Yeah.
That'll be where the money happens, baby. That's where the fucking cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, no.
Pattern that.
But we've still got, there's still a lot of fucking riders to go. So, again, Morbidelli still hasn't been mentioned, which is unbelievable.
Or has he? 13th, Franco Morbidelli. You couldn't have timed that any better for me. Thank you. Franco Morbidelli, 13th. He is the last Ducati rider. I've lost complete confidence and faith in this man. He is too reckless, crashes a lot. Look, I don't think Digi Antonio is going to do much either, but I just think Franco Morbidelli is just... It's just... a VR46 is just not it right now. It's just not the team, and they are consistently underperforming.
Yeah, I think, and it's interesting. Joe Achilles ran past that. Like they got some issues in the team running it, and engineers fixing these bikes and tuning the bikes. Probably more the case. It's just funny for me that this guy. There's got talent, and Digi is the same, but they are the two guys on the grid who can just be so ultra inconsistent.
Bro, Morbidelli's finished second in the title one year. Yeah. And you got to understand, and what Joe said, he's got to draw parallels to Cressini. Both Italian teams, both on the same bike. You've got one that's second in the world title, second in the world championship, came from the clouds. And then you've got Fermin Aldeguer, who won a race and then was, up and down, but consistently pretty fast for a rookie, a very good rookie season. I understand he was on a great bike. But Franco Morbidelli was also on a GP24 last year and didn't do much. So
yeah,
I understand if Digio is on the GP25 and that factory bike, I understand that. But, again, prove me wrong, but I don't see Franco Morbidelli being any more than 13th place Tom Chavulac.
All right, let's break it up for a sec. Who is going to be your rookie of the year? There's two contenders. We have Diego Moreira or Toprak Razgaglioglu.
Well, I guess we've already given it away a little bit, but for me, it was... I think we both said Diego Moreira, correct?
We have, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moreira should beat Toprak comfortably. And it's kind of weird seeing Toprak as a rookie, but, I suppose
that's how it is.
That's just how it is. So,
do you see Diego Moreira... off chance podium at all this year?
I don't know, man. It's a massive feat. And
massive.
I can throw out line in December's pod. Bucky, he could podium or he'd win race. Yeah, it's easy to say it then. Doing the list yesterday and going, fucking hell. How are you putting these guys in a top 15 position and this guy's got to beat 19 other guys to finish on the podium. You can't see it happening in your first year on a Honda. I just can't see it happening. Yes, he's a talent. Yeah, he's going to be amazing. He's going to have a stellar career. But his first year winning a podium, I just don't see it happening.
It's crazy? You would have said... You had Iagura last year as your rookie of the year, and Fermin Aldeguer won a race.
I know.
So, if you just look back even to a year ago, that's what can happen. Yes. I understand it's different bikes.
Ducatis, yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. And the other thing was, I looked fucking great after a couple of rounds. I agree if he's fifth of the first round.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe when you said Fermin Aldeguer last year. I thought, what a stupid decision. And I was so totally wrong.
It shows how big these Fermin Aldeguer is a guy that's such an interesting watch. It's such a shame that he's broken his leg, because it's going to be such an interesting watch to see him on a Ducati this year and how well he can perform.
Yeah, I'll get onto him later. I mean, I had him much higher if he wasn't injured.
It's a long season, but
it's a long season, but he's going to start with his back foot. Pardon the pun, of course. All right. So we're up to 12th, James. You touched on it earlier. I've got Franco Morbidelli. 12th.
Oh yeah.
What you said. He's still gonna have a result, but he's gonna be ultra inconsistent. And even if we see him finishing 7th or 8th, it's he's consistently gonna be in that sort of 8th to probably 5th, 13th, or maybe 8th to 15th, and that's where I've got him in the sort of the top 12 after a couple of crashes and stuff.
Yeah. After he takes a few people out, skittles half the field.
Oh, I think he's going to be on his best behaviour this year because, Simon Crafer came out last year and said enough's enough. What did he do to poor Alessio Spargo and Valencia? Maybe he ran into him at the starting grid. That's just crazy.
That's right. What the fuck was that? I forgot about that.
Because, we're talking to Matt Bird about the starting procedures, how much they have to do on these bikes. And that was a classic example. The guys just off with the fairies couldn't concentrate on other things. So
yeah, look, he's such an interesting one. They all are in their own way, but Morbidelli is just fucking... and Rossi came out and said he's going to have 2 new riders for next year. It's a wild thing to say.
Yeah.
Wild thing to say. So I think VR46 very much underperforming for a long time now. For me, 12th, I had this man very high last year, and he let me down. The bike let me down. Fabio Quartararo.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got Fabio Quartararo as high as 12th, mate. I haven't said any HRC riders yet. But Quartararo, for me, look, I think he's going to qualify. Last year, he had that bike set up for qualifying. They could qualify really well, had no race pace. The year before that, they couldn't qualify, but he had race pace. So until they find something new, I just think, as you said, he's probably half in, half out now of going to Honda by the looks of it. What does he really want to risk? He's on a brand new V4 engine, a brand new motorcycle. How far can he actually go? Quartararo is a supreme talent.
Yeah.
An absolute supreme talent, and deserves to be a lot higher than 12th, but that's just where I see him. Tom, motorheaven.com.au. I want to know your 10 favorite things about Motorheaven.
Oh, Jimmy, that's just too easy, mate. I'm on their website now. They have the largest range of motorcycle products online in Australia. The largest. The user experience just shits over anything else on the net. You get a free visor cleaner with any helmet purchase over $200. Motorheaven Next Tube with any jacket purchase over $200.
God damn.
Forget that Qantas points garbage. It's all about the loyalty program at Motorheaven. Motorcycle part finder, local customer support, quick dispatch, as we know, James. Unreal Google reviews, 100,000 customers they've had over the years. Proudly Aussie owned and operated by the world famous Adrian Letty. Get down to Motorheaven or go on their website, motorheaven.com.au.
Motorheaven.com.au. OGs of the pod. We love them. Check out motorheaven.com.au now.
Yes, I totally agree. 11th place, I have Iagura.
Oh, wow. That's where you put him.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a good year. I think he's going to have a solid year. He's going to be hopefully injury-free. Again, it all can change in a matter of seconds, as we know.
And it might not even be his fault.
But he's got talent, man. He's got talent. And that's going to be one guy I'm going to be watching this year closely, because what he did at the start of last season doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Like, people don't just finish fifth in their first race, apart from the greats, the Stoners, the Marquezes, these guys. So not saying he's in that same category, but, a lot of times that they've been back up the back for, a couple of years before anything happens. Like a Raul Fernandez, for instance.
You see that man podium, Iagura?
Yeah.
Can you take a podium?
Yeah, a little sneaky one.
Wet race?
Little sneaky Japanese win or something.
I knew you were going to say Japan. I just knew it. I was paying $1
But bro, if he finished fifth, in Thailand last year, what can he do this year?
I was going to say, what do you...
the bike's better. He's up to speed with it. He's injury free. I mean, I could see it happening again. Couldn't see it happening again. Who have you got for 11th?
11th, I've got Luca Marini.
Okay, we're starting to get into the
nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty. Okay, so
Luca Marini 11th. Now, look, I'm not saying HRC is gonna take over the world. I'd love HRC to take over the world. They can run our country. But I just think it's still going to be a bit of an up and down year for Honda. I can't see them consistently being like top sixes. It's just not going to happen.
What were you struggling picking between Marini and Mir being the top Honda?
Bro, I had them, yes, but I had them both at like 6th and 7th at one point. I had them at like 14th and 15th, and they kind of settled for in the middle. Like I didn't know where they're almost like the Joker cards. Those two,
yeah, they are. Yeah, but I'm talking about one higher than the other. Did it ever go in your mind that Marini's going to have a better year than Mir? Or do you think Mir is the better rider?
It did, but I'm only going off previous results, and Juan Mir got 2 podiums last year.
Cool.
So that's where I am for Luca Marini in 11th place.
All right, top 10 time, boys. I've got Furman Aldeguer, James.
Because of the leg's fucked.
Rounding out my top 10. I had him probably a few places higher if it wasn't for the leg. So again, supreme talent. Looked really good the second half of last year. It's a real shame for him. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I think he's going to struggle for the first few races, but he might come out and win a couple again. So that's where I've got him at 10th.
Yeah, the interesting thing is it's not hard to make points up from like 10th to 6th. It's getting from those top 5 and making points up to first.
Yes,
from
correct.
10th to 6th, because those guys can all have wayward season, like a wayward race. So making those points up and having a few bad races, hurts. and it's going to put you out of the championship. But it means from 10th to 6th can happen real quick.
Yep.
If you're very consistent. And that's, look at Bezecchi last year.
Yeah, 100%.
Into the podium positions, second in the world championship. He was nowhere in the first 4 or 5 races.
Yeah.
Until we kind of got, deep into Europe or a third of the way into Europe. So like there's a lot of points to be made, and you're right. What are we talking 10th?
Yep.
He can be 10th, but if he pulls a few good races together like you're saying, he's 6th, 7th, 8th. Easy. But he's got to do that still, doesn't he? 10th for me, Juan Mir.
There you go.
Yeah, I couldn't separate them.
Okay.
They're never separated. In races, they're together.
They are.
They're always together. Juan Mir for me, 10th place, cracks the top 10. I'm gonna say that Luca Marini and Juan Mir will both podium this year. I think they'll both grab a trophy. Again, it's gonna be about consistency. If they're consistent, they can be 8, 7, 6 in the championship. I just don't know. If I can see that happening yet. If that Honda had a mega talent like a Marquez or obviously left or Quartararo that they're trying to sign, I think you're going to be putting them a lot higher. But I think that's just where they're going to be. Now, if Juan Mir is like 6th in the championship, I wouldn't be surprised in that. Or Luca Marini, I wouldn't be surprised. But just how inconsistent Honda can be is where I've got them 10th.
Yeah, funny thing about Mir and Marini, if you look at the stats last year, crashing stats, Marini was I think he only crashed a handful of times, and Mir was one of the highest. So, and then Mir still finished higher in the championship.
Only, yes, because Marini missed a lot of races.
Yeah.
So, like, they're just, again,
I'm
they're
thinking
joker
right
cards.
now. I'm thinking right now, I'm like, is Marini, that's a super hard one for me.
They're joker cards, man.
9th place, I have Digia.
Yeah.
So, still high for me. Like, that's going to be my one. Like, he could be back with Morb, or he could have a great year and be 6th with the boys. He's on a 26 bike.
Alex Marquez is.
Yes.
I think there's 3 factory Ducatis.
We have to fact check this.
I don't know.
I think he is. I think there's 4 factory bikes this year. I'm sorry.
You know what? You might be right.
Yeah.
And it's Firmin Aldeguer and Morbidelli who's on there.
I have to do this, everyone, because this is gonna play on my mind because I did look at this yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that there are going to be 4 bikes that are 26s. Yeah, Digi's on a 26 and Alex Marquez on a 26. I'm right. So
cool.
That's big for him, and I think this 26 bike will be better, as they're saying, as he was on that 25, which everyone struggled except for Marquez last year. So another reason why I have him in the top 9.
Really, really cool. I've got him there as well. I've got Digi in 9th. I think that's the first one and Alex Rins that we've both been the same. Again, similar, very similar reasonings. VR46 and this Ducati, bro, they should be higher. He should be top 5. Like, you got to be top 5 on a full factory Ducati or factory back Ducati, but he's still capable of being 13th. Like, you were talking about HRC being up and down. VR46 is the ultimate roller coaster.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's become apparent in the last couple of weeks. Maybe Digia isn't the problem. Maybe the team is the problem, and that's something we have to look at with the results as well.
Yeah, well, look, Grassini, you draw parallels to the same similar outfit.
Yeah.
With Joe Achilles has really opened their eyes up to that.
Yeah.
It's a great point he made. It's a really good point. I've stewed on it, Tom. I've laid awake
at the end of the day, for example, I'll give you an example. Moto 3. Half the bikes are one manufacturer, half the bikes the other manufacturer. But there's always teams that are up there. So there's engineers in that team. There's teams that are good at doing these things with these bikes and tweaking them and tuning them and doing things. Because, yes, you get a 26 given bike, but you have to still work on it. You still got to make it perfect for the weekend.
Yeah, you got to make sure the rider's happy, set it up perfectly for the rider. And like Frankie Carcetti, who works for Grassini, he's one of the best.
Yes.
He's one of the best of Firmin Aldeguer.
Now, James, there is one name we both have not mentioned, and I cannot believe it, because I thought I was throwing him in to the deep end, but my 8th place is Maverick Vinales.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe you haven't mentioned it yet, and I think we're both under the same belt that he is going to have an improved season because of Cheeseburger Lorenzo, which I can't believe we're putting him in the 8th position. I mean, I'm putting the 8th.
You are?
Well, higher! James! Who's your 8th?
Jorge Martin.
Fucking hell. Shit. Can you believe this?
Bro, I'm all in on the cheeseburger train.
Yes.
I've got all my chips in on cheeseburger.
Come
Not
and
even
train
Maverick
us.
Vinales.
Come and train us. We need Cheesy's help.
Bro, I need the Rocky montage. I need the Rocky montage.
But no, this is no joke, is it, James? Because this guy looks like he's going to have the best preseason he's had in his career. He's
quick and Sepang.
He looked good in Sepang. He's, he still doesn't even have the bike underneath him. Can't even say he's got the bike underneath him. We've got him in the top 8.
Bro, he could be doing the ultimate Maverick Vinales on us right now. You know that. Like, where he's got his hook, line, and sinker.
And just another story to be wrote in 2026, guys. This is one guy that we're going to be looking at, every single race weekend. Where is he going to be in practice one? Because that's exciting.
It's so exciting.
Him, Marquez, Top Rack, Jorge Martin, Acosta, like these guys. There's so many talking points, and that's why we're sort of itching at the bit for this season to start.
This time last year, Buriam, he was shaking his head going onto the main straight. You'll never forget that. That Tech 3 KTM, he was nowhere, hating life, and now you've got him in 8th place.
Yeah. Amazing. And he was injured the whole year.
Yeah. And he got a podium in Qatar.
He won. Well, yeah, he got the... Did he end up getting a podium? Or
No,
the tyre pressure.
Bullshit, but it's a podium.
No, technically not, James. Thanks, Curtis. No, but it's amazing. And I still can't believe it because we wouldn't have predicted this even 2 months ago. But somehow Cheesy's...
It's as soon as Cheeseburger's got involved and I've seen the Instagram blow up, I'm so excited.
He's got us going.
My place, 8th, is Jorge Martin.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So,
big. This is a big 8th.
I have him in 7th, which I'll say now. Again, he's going to have a slow start to the season, but we see multiple race wins throughout the year.
Will you?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree. For my list, it's Marco Bezzecchi that's kind of carrying Aprilia, but I've been harsh on Jorge Martin this whole time. I'm just not going to stop now. I don't see it happening. Bro, he hasn't had a preseason again. He's going to be at Buriam. He's ridden no laps. He's not going to have confidence on this bike. How can he turn it around? How can he turn it around and have multiple race wins? Now, was it Bruno or Bellarton Park last year where he came back and got like a 4th place? Amazing effort. Now, do I think he's going to have multiple race wins? Do I think he's even going to have podiums? He might have a podium, but I just don't see him. I do not see him have multiple race wins, and I don't think he's not even going to have a sniff at even having a crack at this World Championship. Okay,
let me talk to you about this then. How have you put him 7th? If you have the Hondas...
I've got him 8th.
8th. How you got in front of both the Hondas who you think are going to have multiple podiums this year. What's your thought pattern of putting him 7th rather than 10th or 11th?
Well, I said Juan Mir and Luca Marini are on for one podium, but I think Jorge Martin's good for like a 10th. Consistently, just like a 10th, a 9th, an 8th. He's still got the racecraft there, obviously, but I just don't think for a full season, I just don't think he's going to have the Sunday pace to win races and be fighting. I think he's too far gone. And I think if he's already been axed by Aprilia, I think, there's already rumors of him going to Yamaha. He hasn't turned them down. I think the team environment, I'm still on this train that the team environment's not great. I think it's all about the Bez, which is great. And I just think 8th place is where he's going to be until he goes to Pramac Yamaha.
Pramac Yamaha.
Yeah, that's my bet.
Pramac Yamaha. Oh, back to Pramac. Oh, goodness. I think he's going to have a much better year than what you're thinking. I think he's going to start slowly, and I think he will win a couple of races by the year's end. So that's another one. That's another one on the chalkboard for us to fight each other.
Well, it's a massive subplot.
Yeah,
for 2026. It really is.
Yep. Your 7th place, James.
Who's your 7th? That was Martin, wasn't it? Maverick Vinales.
Fuck hell.
Maverick Vinales is 7th. I see him podium. I see him multiple podiums. But I also see him crashing.
Yeah.
I also see him crashing. I think what I'm really excited about is when he's on the podium and Cheeseburger jumps on as well. It's gonna be the Cheeseburger show.
He'll be standing in front of him like this, like.
Okay, let's do this. When Maverick Vinales podiums, well, we should have like a mound of cheeseburgers on our table for the next podcast.
Oh, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, so
You'll just hear me go. What's that, James? Yeah, it's gonna be. That's so exciting for the year. And can he like? We'll be standing there in 2 weeks' time on that veranda of the media center, and we'll be watching Vinales out of the last turn, and I'll tell you, James, if he's happy or not. Because I saw the depth of despair this time last year. So,
and look, I'm probably contradicting myself a little bit with Brad Binder and Ian Bastianini talking about how the bike isn't great. Look, I don't know. How do I word this? I don't think the KTMs are easily the best 2 bikes on the grid. I just think Maverick Vinales has got enough talent that he should be somewhere in the top 10.
Well, he just showed us that glimpse, didn't he?
He always does, and that's where he always gets us.
Yeah.
Pedro Acosta obviously has got the talent, but,
honestly, I thought you were going to put Vinales like 15th.
Yeah, wow.
I really didn't. And I thought I was going to be the outlier here. I had him 8th and you had him 7th.
How good is this? I love
Crazy.
it. So, look, and like he can be fucking 16th or 15th. You could easily swap Raul Fernandez and Maverick Vinales around for a championship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for me anyway, if 15th and 7th. So, look, Maverick Vinales, again, he's almost another wild card. But the glimpses he showed last year that turned around that KTM project before he got injured is why I put him 7th with the cheeseburger train.
Nice. 6th place.
We got to talk surprise of the year.
Oh, I thought we did that at number 4.
Nah.
Sorry.
Nah. We're surprise of the year, big dog.
We got a bit excited, did we?
Yeah, we both got big excited.
Okay, the surprise of the year is Raul Fernandez is going to have multiple wins.
Oh, I like it. That's a surprise.
Very much so. And you'll notice I still haven't mentioned his name, James, in the top 22.
I know, crazy.
So
you're backing him in.
I think this is going to be a standout year for him. I'm jumping on the Raul train, and I really, 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 really like this kid, and I think he's going to do great things, and I think he's finally peaked at the right time.
Yeah. And
I think he's injury-free, and he's on the right motorcycle. I really see him having a good year. He could have won 2 races last year. Got to remember that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I agree. It's a fucking lot different to what I had from 15th place. But from what we saw last year, he's very capable of doing that. And I agree. It's just if he's going to do it. And that's a big surprise. For me, to flip it around, the big surprise for me is Maverick Vinales.
Yeah.
Winning a race, multiple podiums.
Winning a race.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't mention that in there.
Yeah, could win a race. Could win a race.
Hang on.
Let's say he's winning a race.
Win a
Fuck
race.
it.
Yes.
He's winning a race.
Yes.
I'm on board. He's gonna win like a Portimao or something. I think he's my big surprise of the year because look, everyone's waiting for Mav to fall off. It's just always how it is. It's just how it is. That's why he's like the fraud king. He's always been the fraud king. But with Cheeseburger behind him, and that's funny, we're just talking about him, but I think he's the guy that's going to, show us for good reasons what he can do on a very unlikely manufacturer.
We've absolutely jumped on the bandwagon here. He's done it to us again. It's unbelievable what he's done to us. In 6th place, I have Pedro Acosta.
Okay.
I think, again...
So he's going to dip.
Yes,
from last year.
Yeah, I still think he's going to improve, but is the KTM going to improve? Probably not.
We don't know.
Is the Aprilia getting better? Yes. Is the Ducati going to stay the same? Yes.
Fuck, Raul Fernandez ahead of Pedro Acosta. You're a fucking wild man.
You're a madman. Number 6 for you?
Number 6 for me, Firmin Aldeguer.
Jeez. Up high.
Yeah. He's on a Ducati.
But you've been jumping on this no preseason stuff for Martin, so you think Furman can have no preseason and have a really good year?
Bro, Jorge Martin hasn't had a season and a half. He hasn't had a season and a half on a bike he doesn't know. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Firmin Aldeguer can, as I said, from 10th to 6th, you can make those points up.
Yeah.
From 10th to 6th, you can make those points up. Firmin Aldeguer can easily be a 6th place or higher in the championship on that Gresini Ducati, who got 2nd in the championship last year.
My only concern is they're going onto that 25 bike. And what is that bike going to be?
We don't know.
That's the ally for me. We just don't know. And everyone's struggling on their bike, bar one.
No one knows what that GP 25 4 3.51 is going to be.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
From what I heard was Morbidelli staying on a 24. That's the word on the street that I heard.
I don't know.
So he's going to stay on a 24 bike and to what he was on. So which is wild to me. So that just, I mean, I don't think we probably trust his judgment 100%, as you probably guys know at home. But in saying that, he knows something we don't. So that's my reasoning where Furman's probably not in the top 5 either.
Big call that for you, Pedro Acosta's not top 5. The KDM, bro, again, KDM's one where we just don't know where it's going to be.
You just don't know.
It's funny because we've got two KDM riders almost in the top 7.
Yeah.
And we've got like 2 in the bottom 4 almost.
Yeah.
So bottom 5. So and they're not even from the same teams. We got one Tech 3, one factory in each end. So they're just ones that are very tricky to pick, and we're gonna eat egg on one of them.
Oh, we are, yeah. Your 6, sorry, was Furman. Yeah, my top 5 is, well, my 5th place is Raul Fernandez.
Yeah, 5th. Holy shit!
Breakout year for him. So I'm jumping on the bandwagon fully
involved.
Yeah, I just don't see him. I just see him consistently beating the likes of a Martin and Vinales and Digi. I see him throughout the year. How strong he had second half of last year.
What happens if he's 14th in round 1?
Yeah, I'll start shitting bricks. But again, that's such an unusual circuit, Thailand. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I don't think a track that they're going to test on a week before actually suits a rider like him. I think it's more of a track that's a bit of an unknown going to, because it was an unknown going to Phillip Island that year, last year. You know, who knows the wind direction and how the tarmac and all that kind of stuff. Where they're gonna be doing 100 laps on that track a week before. That probably leads into like a Marquez or a Bezecchi, because they're just so ultra talented and been there and done that. You know,
as you said, barometer is always Jerez in Europe, isn't it?
Yeah. 5th for you, James.
Pedro Acosta.
Okay.
I think I've got him dipping. I think it was 4th last year, so I think that's as high as a KDM can go.
Yeah. And
he's going to sign for factory Lenovo, or he's going to sign for factory Honda.
Yep.
That's where I see him. Now the real question of Pedro Acosta,
factory Lenovo, he's going to work at a computer shop.
Correct. Yeah. Selling Lenovo laptops. Now the real question for Pedro Acosta, Tom, is he getting a race win in 2026?
I think one.
One
Mir.
Because everyone's talking about how it's like, like someone like Fermin Aldeguer's got a race win before.
Oh, and Raul Fernandez.
Raul Fernandez.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I think he still has to get his head around the tyres. There's a lot of races last year he was up there and then just lost the tyres at the end. And I think that's something that, he's just got to adjust his riding style for that. And also his keenness. Like, he's just so keen at the start of the race just to go as fast as possible. It needs to be more patient, like Zarco, for instance.
KDM loves burning tyres.
It does.
And
it goes hand in hand. His riding style in the KDM as well.
Yeah.
So
I think, you were really impressed with Pedro Acosta and Sepang last year and keeping that tyre life. He was following Alex Marquez or Bagnaia in a sprint, whoever it was.
He was behind Marquez pretty much the whole race. And I thought, his tyres are gone. And they dipped at the end, but he's still there or thereabouts, not like I thought it was going to dip. I was like, he's finishing 10th, So yeah, you're right. And it was hot, It was hot. It's a rough racetrack. I mean, we walked at how rough that racetrack is. It would burn through tyres. Burn through my fucking shoes on that walk. So, yeah.
Hard track. I see Pedro Acosta finally getting a win.
Track walk in Thailand. Fuck.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah, get the cool vest out.
Shit. Alpine Star Cool Vest.
Yep.
Sponsor in maybe from a sponsor, that'd be nice.
I see Pedro Acosta with a race win. Yeah. Somewhere random, like a Silverstone, where a result can get thrown up.
It's a long fucking season, man.
Bro, it's a long season.
22 races, 22 riders. Excuse me. All right, 4th place for me. Nitty gritty.
Bro, this is it.
Alex Marquez.
Fuck, not even in the top 3. Shit.
No.
Shit.
Again, slightly overrated. Slightly, just minutely, but not really overrated, because no one really talks about him, the poor bastard. He is so talented. Going to be on a factory bike, but I just can't see him beating that top 3. I've got, we'll talk about Pecco in a sec, but I've got him improving. Obviously, I think he's going to suit the 26 better. We still don't know, but that's my prediction. And then the other two, I think, are going to be out the front. So, yeah, who you got in fourth place?
Fourth place for me, Pecco Bagnaia. Bro, it's fucking touch and go. But I am just not sold. Like, I understand he was quick in testing. It's going to be interesting to see what he's looking like in Thailand the next week or so. But I am not sold on a consistency level now of 22 Grand Prix.
Yep.
On that factory at Lenovo Ducati going up against Marc Marquez. Look, happy
We're not
to be
sponsored by
proven wrong.
Lenovo, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's their team names, like Repsol Honda.
Yeah.
Ducati Lenovo factory. But Pecco Bagnaia for me is going to be fourth place. He's going to miss out by B's Dick, I reckon. His consistently levels are going to be a lot better than last year. But I don't know. I just going into the middle of Europe is where it's interesting for me, because last year he started off fine. Because once we hit like Silverstone, it all turned to shit. You know, and that's where, you know, if Ducati are making adjustments during the year, and they really are following the example of Marc Marquez, good luck of him riding that bike.
You're so right about it all changed with Silverstone, because it was the same thing. Aprilia got better. Some got worse. It's a real turning point in the year.
Yeah, and it's a wild card race that anyone can kind of win. That's why I'm saying Pedro Acosta can win there. That's why Aprilia won there. It's a bit like Phillip Island.
Well, Yamaha nearly won there.
Yeah, that's right. So this is what's interesting. Pecco Bagnaia for me is fourth place. Gonna lose his ride during the year. I'm not sold on the consistency yet.
There's talk he might lose his ride before round one, James.
Bro, I know.
That's crazy. Crazy. All right, talk to me, James, about your most improved rider for 2026.
Or just most improved in general. I'm still going to say Honda HRC. I just wrote most improved. I'm thinking outside the box.
It says rider on your running sheet, James.
Oh, sorry. On this one it says improved. I'm going Honda. I'm thinking outside the box.
Okay, interesting.
I'm going HRC. How do I say this? Honda have been in the doldrums for that long, you know, that for me being 10th and 11th and then having multiple podiums through the year is more than enough for me to be most improved. Obviously, I'm a massive Honda fan. I understand that. But I think them fighting for podiums is enough for me to be the most improved out of everyone. Because, yes, Maverick can be a surprise of the year, but who else is there to improve in my books, unless it's like for you, like a Raul Fernandez?
Yeah. Look, and Raul was on my list of being the most improved, but I didn't end up going for that because I think he still showed enough light at the end of last year that I think he's there or thereabouts. With Honda going back to that, yes, I think where they were, say, even 2 years ago, you know, where they were at the end of last year was light and day. And I think, it's a fair statement. I think most improved, if they consistently in the top 5 or fighting for the top 5 or top 4, that's the most improved.
Yeah.
In any sense of any fucking motorsport going around, because they were out the back and looking no good.
Yeah.
My most improved rider is going to be Pecco Bagnaia.
Yeah. I like that.
So
I like that. That's good.
It's not going to be him winning every race because he's done that. You know, he's won championships, so we know how good he is. But from where he was last year, the inconsistency, I think he's going to improve that light and day for this year and be up there in that top 5 position most rounds. And I think I'm confident in saying that. Before we'll see the first few rounds. So.
Fuck, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, no, I've got that feeling that he's going to be back. I still don't think he is going to be at the pace of a Marc Marquez, raw pace, or even a Bezzecchi at this stage, I think. But I think for him finishing third every race is going to be a light and day than where he was last year.
Yeah, he's like, for sure, Bagnaia's going to be winning races, and I just don't think he's going to be so beaten up with every round. He's going to qualify well, whatever. That's a good one. I really like that.
All right, James, who have you got for your Moto3 World Champion?
Maximo Quiles. I think half the MotoGP grid or more said that. I think he's top testing in wherever they were testing. I can't remember, Jerez or Portimao or something. For me, he is the man to beat easily. But this is Moto3. Anything can happen. David Alonso can win with fucking 4 races to go and dominate, or can go down to the last round, which is kind of weird because Moto3 normally someone wins before the last rounds. But for me, Quiles.
Yeah, I'm the same. Quiles, third in the championship last year, but missed races at the start of the year.
Too young.
Yeah, crazy.
Talk about like another gem coming through.
Yeah, so talk about just a raw talent. Obviously, fastest in testing in a res. I think he's got the favourite for the championship, and I think he will win the championship. But yeah, as you said, Moto3 just throws up a crazy result from week to week. Moto2 world champion, James.
Manu Gonzalez.
You think he's going to back it up?
I think he's going to back it up. He should have won it last year. He's on a very good team. Talk about good personnel. Very, very good team. Look, my heart says David Alonso, but my head says Manu Gonzalez, and I think he's going to be consistently the quickest rider out there. Very fast in testing again. Moto2 is wide open, as we know. Yep. Anyone can really take it. But for me, Manu Gonzalez followed by David Alonso.
Yeah, I'm probably the opposite. I think David Alonso's the second year of a Moto2 World Championship. I think he is just going to be ready to go. Hopefully injury free. He had some bad luck last year. I mean, he got hit up the arse by someone. He got taken
Diogo
out.
Moreira.
Yeah. So for me, he won a race last year at Balaton Park. Multiple podium finishes. Finished top 10 in the championship, but with injuries. So for me, I've got him winning.
Yeah. Well, look, history says someone like a David Alonso should win a title in his second year. Yeah,
I think that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I think that's where I know I've got that feeling from, because that second year in Moto2, that's where they've gone to every racetrack. They've experienced it. They know the bike. It's the time's now.
Yeah, Costa did it second year. Marquez,
and he dominated Moto3, bro. Like dominated.
Bro. So like nothing I've ever seen.
Nothing we've ever seen. So all roads leading to that, I reckon.
Tom Shavilak, I want to know your flop of the year. It's a big one.
Well, I read for a real simple one. And it's so generic, but Yamaha Motor Company.
Not the instruments?
No.
not the flutes?
No, I think they're just in the doldrums this year. I think that it's going to be a struggle both, on track but also off track. I think Quattro is going to be out there 1 foot out the door before we even start in round 1. I think Toprak's going to be negative in the media. I think Miller's going to be Miller. And, I think Rins is going to be limping his way to probably a super sport or super bike career next year. So there's no positives this year for Yamaha. Only negatives. There is absolutely nothing to fight for. All they've got to do is get to the end of the year, keep their spot on the grid, and hopefully gel this V4 with some sort of 850cc package. Yeah.
I'm glad you said Yamaha. I didn't say it, but someone had to say it. Yeah. And I'm glad you said it. I've gone VR46.
Yep.
So VR46 last year was your most improved, or surprise of the year, whatever it was going to be. But for me, I've got Franco Morbidelli 13th and Digia 9th. I think that is a flop on 2 very, very, very good Ducatis. I think those riders just... and that team is just... they're not up to speed of where like a Grassini should be. Like they should be fighting. VR46 in theory on a Ducati and a factory backed Ducati should be fighting for a podium every single round. Now, if there's 22 races, they're normally fighting for a podium, less than 5 rounds? And I think that's going to be more the same this year. And I think that's why they're going to be my flop of the year. They should be a lot better than what they are. Very interesting. It's a very interesting team.
Yeah, it is. It is an interesting team. Rossi being there most races we're hearing this year may put them into line, but maybe
it
might make it worse. We don't know.
Oh, you just don't know, like that inner sanctum. Grassini just seemed like such a good family environment where no one's walking on eggshells. I'm not saying VR46 is like that at all, but it doesn't seem like they can just extract the most out of their riders and the bike like a Grassini can.
Yep.
I
agree.
And that's my flop of the year, which is a big one. And it's going to be very interesting looking back at our post-season show at the end of the year in Valencia.
Yep. Now, for our top 3, James, our most anticipated, let's go top 3, all 3 I want from you first. And please give me some explanation after that.
Third place. Third place for me, Tom Shaviak, is Alex Marquez. Second, Marco Bezzecchi. And obviously first, not too hard one to pick, Marc Marquez. Alex Marquez, for me, bro, I had him second for a long time. I really did. I really had him second for a long time. And I still wouldn't be surprised if he is. I just think Marco Bezzecchi's momentum going into 2026 after 2025 was sensational. He was so fast. Now it's gonna be interesting seeing him go into Europe with that momentum. I think he's gonna be fighting, Marc Marquez and Alex Marquez. Now, do I think Marquez is gonna get touched? I don't think so. Like we've kind of spoken about it before. Bezzecchi is not the rider. There's no one that can really take it to him one-on-one. I think Alex and Bagnaia can on their days, especially Bags. On their days, where Bezzecchi hasn't proven to us yet that he can. And I think him being second is an awesome job. And being consistently up there in the championship, not chasing everyone down like he did in 2025. Alex Marquez is still going to do an amazing job in third place, but Alex Marquez has got a target on his back now. Everyone knows he's fast. They're going to treat him differently to how they treated him at the start of the year, where everyone still kind of wrote him off, and everyone still kind of writes him off. Still think he can be third, and I could easily swap those two around, but Marc Marquez still going to win the championship in 2026, and he's going to win a championship with many races before Valencia, at least 2 or 3.
Yep. Third place, I have Pecco Bagnaia. Second place, Bezzecchi. And first place, Marc Marquez. Very similar to you, Marquez and Bezzecchi. I think there's going to be a lot of battles this year, and I'm really excited for that. It's probably another riding point for me is going to be those two. I keep going on to about this. Last year, one-on-one battles between those two. Marc Marquez won every single one of them. Except obviously maybe that one in Mandalika where he run up his ass. But for me, that's going to be the absolute exciting part. Pecco improving, I think is going to add a bit more spice to it as well. But I still have those two out front comfortably.
Yeah,
I think race to race for a whole season. But let's see, bro. Let's see what Bezzecchi and this Aprilia outfit can do. I think the team's gelled so well around him. I think it's such an exciting part for that manufacturer and that company as well. And it's exciting.
It's going to be interesting having Bezzecchi and Bagnaia really fighting for points this year.
Yeah, that's another aspect of it as well. Those two are mates, and that's going to be a fucking championship battle for possibly not a world championship, but for second and third place.
Yeah, so. It can get heated.
Those four, it's going to be a crazy, crazy year. Those four, or they're all going well, which we think they will be. It's really, really, really exciting.
Really battle of the Marquezes and VR46 clan there.
It is.
But I honestly, I'm really interested to see how Bagnaia and Bezzecchi, they're going to race hard with each other. But I'm still waiting for one of them to take each other out and be really pissed off with each other, especially if it's, they take each other out and Mark and Alex just stroll on through and take 25 and 20 points out of them.
That's the other thing. Is Alex going to be harder on his brother this year? That's the other thing. That's another thing that I
don't think so.
We were pretty hard on last year, where they did fight each other differently than the rest of the grid, and we saw that. They can say on the media they didn't, but we saw it. And of course, you're going to naturally, like
brothers.
You're not going to put a massively hard move on your brother, rather than like Pecco Bagnaia, as we saw in like Mugello between those two. So, but is Alex, Mark's had his fairy tale championship, he's back. Is he going to have a different thing? You think no? I think slightly yes. But yeah, time will tell.
Time will tell. I'm so excited. But man, picking those 1 to 22 was one of the... Bro, for all the listeners out there, I've run a couple marathons. Someone just rolled his eyes at me. Curtis is going, fuck off. That's been harder. It was harder
I don't know about
than
that.
my sub 3.5 marathon, everybody.
That's funny.
That was... I really cannot wait to see how we end up with all that, because normally there's a couple out there. We royally fucked up last year. Fabio Quartararo really let me down, but it's going to be very interesting to see, like your Raul Fernandez and Iguras and those guys.
The Trackhouse is going to be my team to watch versus not your team to watch, and you're probably more got Honda up there. Yeah. Not as probably high as I thought you might have had them. I thought you might have had them top 6.
Yeah, wow.
So
I was tempted.
Yeah, I know. I thought you were, because you bloody jumped on that bandwagon so hard. So again, I'm looking forward to the end of the year now to go through it all again.
Can't wait. Jerez will know a little bit.
Yes, we
Perez
will.
will definitely know a little
All
bit.
right, world famous hot takes. Take it away, Jimmy.
How
boy.
long have we been going for?
An hour and 24 minutes.
Yeah, now we've been blabbering.
Thank you for everyone for sticking around for that.
We've been blabbering. Thank you everyone sending in their hot takes and all their 2026 predictions. It's awesome ones to read. Tom at Brisky, Jack to replace Rins at Yamaha during the season due to injury.
Yeah, could see that happening. That's a good hot take, that one.
I like that. At Key_Ahu, Mark gets booed at Magello. Easy bets. Easiest.
You still think it's going to be that hard?
Oh, yeah, you don't think that, do you?
No, I think it's going to be slightly better. I think there's got to be some respect for the Italia from the Ducati. They just know they're one-eyed, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're just
probably
unbelievable.
Davide Tardas's going, Rosso, he's Rosso.
I know. I had Damo over yesterday morning, came over for a coffee, and I had my Marquez World Championship 2013 t-shirt on the bench, and he was just looking at it, shaking his head. It's amazing. They just hold the grudge.
Bro, if any rider, if there was like a Saudi Arabian rider,
Yeah.
or like a Fijian rider,
That's a fucking log shot. Those big boys.
Let me finish.
Just any country, yep.
A rider from the Congo
Yes.
was riding an Australian motorcycle, MotoGP, and won a title. I would be like celebrating like Australia's won a title.
Yep.
Like that's how I would be. Like an Aussie manufacturer winning.
Yes.
Obviously, it's so different. The Italians are kind of spoilt for choice to a degree, but like, as if you're not getting behind your own brand.
Yeah, it's just something about that relationship. We're not going to go into it again, but
A Fijian rider winning on an Australian motorcycle in MotoGP. Just Tom's face is like there's nothing behind those eyes right now. At Tom McLean, Dymo local boy, shout out OG.
Yarrabat.
Oh, is he Yarrabat? I think Dymo.
Yarrabat.
Same shit. Rich man's Dymo, I reckon.
Oh,
Yarrabat.
oh.
Just open it up, Curdy. You good? Don't stress. Mark will announce his retirement. Acosta to take his seat.
There was a little bit of a report that came out that's, I think, Alex Marquez shared, but it could have been just a bit of a meme.
You didn't get AI, did you? He didn't get Superbike shored.
I think I got AI. But yeah, they had Marquez was not going to be at Ducati next year.
Yeah, you got AI.
So,
You got AI as well.
Who knows? AI might know you more than us, James. They might have hacked Marquez's computer, had his retirement fucking gift ordered or something.
Factory Dell Ducati, I think that AI had. At It's Called Papa, one of the boys, Mark champion, Alex Marquez, not as competitive as last year. Good take. I don't mind that.
I agree.
That's on you.
I agree. I know it's hard to go backwards, but I just think Pecco's form and Bezeki's form is going to outshine Alex.
Yeah.
And that's why I've got Alex fourth.
Yeah, I like it. Underscore at Derek Hall, Raul will finish ahead of Martin in the championship. Top Rack won't crack the top 10 in any race.
Jeez, has he been listening to me or what?
Yeah, he's been similar.
Thank you.
He's been similar. I like that. At Harrison, Maverick Vinales to take 2 wins this year and Lorenzo joining him on the podium.
Yeah, nice. Beautiful.
Underscore at George Wall, Diego Moreira to get his first win before Acosta and be top Honda.
Wow. That's
Fucking hell.
huge. That's what these things were made out of. Hot take.
Yeah.
This is why this was started, because that is a fucking cracking hot take.
That's a burner.
Yes. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
At WL Motorsport, Pecco to match his number of wins with DNFs.
Interesting.
I don't mind that.
Yes. Pecco crashing is maybe an issue, I think, is this year.
4 wins, 4 crashes.
Yeah.
At Denny _LH44, Jorge Martin is not going to win a race in 2026. That man's been listening to me.
Yeah, I think you might be wrong. We'll see.
At I am _Ashu Tishabu.
Beautiful pronunciation.
Thank you. Mark is going to win at least 15 races this season, Tom. There's a lot on Mark.
Well, James, you probably have him for 15 because...
22 races?
Yeah, no, but I reckon you have. I think you've got him for 15 race wins.
How many races did he win last year?
Well, hang on. I'm going through your top 22 in my head. You've got Vinales down for 1. You've got no Honda winning.
Oh, I said a Honda could win.
You got Pecco for 4. You know, you've got Bezecchi for a couple.
Didn't say that. But he's paraphrasing me right now.
I'm paraphrasing you, but I think you have him for 15. I don't think it's out of the realm that it's 15.
No, he's not winning 15.
Because I got Vin finish like 2. I got Pecco 4. Like I got a lot more.
Yeah.
So I think I've got
a spread.
I probably got him down for 13, 12 or 13.
But that's still a lot, man. That's still a fucking lot. Yeah, I don't know, bro. the thing with Mark is he might not win. People forget that. But he just gets second.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the people just think he wins. Because Pecco Bagnaia is like 18th. At Samstel 21, Mark to dominate again. No one is on his level. No other machinery can take it to Ducati. Kind of agree there. At Coogan Ballon, Jorge and Mark will win. Jorge and Mark will miss at least one or more races.
Dude, I think if Marc Marquez misses a race, I think he misses the rest of the year.
If he does another big injury,
yeah, he's gone.
Done.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell
There's
how he talks.
There's either he's going to stay on the bike or he's going to retire. There's no in between for him, I don't think, at this stage.
At Mitch Dunks 94, Acosta to beat Pecco in the standings this year.
Yep.
It's a big one.
No.
Acosta to beat him.
No. Don't agree.
It could happen. Could easily happen.
Anything could happen.
At Nicholas.Pardo, Zarco will finish higher in the standings than the factory Honda boys. A lot different to what we're saying.
Nah, not after his form late last year and he's struggled in testing.
Yeah.
No, I don't see that. Great hot take, though.
At Ramps_818, Bez will finish ahead of Martin. Marc Marquez will stay with Ducati in 27. Toprak will get one top 10 finish. Now, what's interesting about this is when Toprak first got signed and was first coming in, all our hot takes was Toprak was going to do this, do that, do this, do that. Everyone's stripped it all back. There's not one hot take in here. The Turkish obviously haven't taken over.
Yeah, not yet.
That have said that Toprak's winning a race.
But we've been on this the whole time.
Bro, the whole time,
Like,
I know.
People jumping on this guy. You got to understand the big change. I mean, yeah, he's talented, but fuck me. I mean, there's a lot of talented guys that are finishing out the back.
Yeah, you're not wrong. At Bay Bikes, Acosta won't win a race. At Brendan Sarton, Jorge Martin a sign of Yamaha and Aprilia to ditch him during the season. God, that's a gimme, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
At Wimmy_Tade, MotoGP announcing that 2027 Australian GP will be held at Bathurst. Last one, at Josh Diddick, first mark, no Yamaha in the top 10 in the standings at the end of the year. I think that is just about on the money, that one.
Thank you, James. Amazing prediction show. Jump over to Patreon now. We're going to we're going to individually talk about each manufacturer in a bit of a closer way. So jump over there. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's only $10 a month, so we really appreciate it.
Appreciate everyone. Thank you for everyone listening. Have a good night. See ya.
You too.